Can you start on a Daytona 675? What's up everyone, it's Alex. So we're back today answering viewer questions. Today's question came from Dylan, and Dylan asked, can you start on a Daytona 675? That is a Triumph Daytona 675. So just to cover real quick, that is a 675cc inline 3-cylinder super sport race type of motorcycle. So as with any motorcycle ever, can you start on that as a beginner? Short answer, yes. Should you? No. I would not be a responsible person whatsoever if I told you that starting on any super sport motorcycle is a good idea. As with anything else, there are people out there that start on anything from a 250 to a Suzuki Hayabusa or ZX14 or whatever craziness you want. You can start with any motorcycle you want to if you are careful enough. However, it is not a good idea to start out as a beginner with high performance motorcycles, especially ones with as aggressive a seating position as a 675 Daytona. The big difference, and I know a lot of people are going to disagree, I'm going to get a lot of comments saying, I started with a ZX14 or I started with a CBR 1000, I was just fine, it was great. I know, trust me, I know, but being a responsible person who is trying to teach brand new people the best, safest way to get into motorcycling and enjoy this for a long time and be able to walk away and be able to stay as safe as possible and not mess up and not wreck their motorcycles. The big difference is anything high performance is going to punish you more for your mistakes. The reason I always recommend the smallest bike you can comfortably fit on to start with is because it will punish you less when you make a mistake. As a beginner, you are going to make mistakes. It's gonna happen. I did it, we all do it, okay? You're gonna drop bikes, you're gonna make a mistake, you're gonna lay a bike down. It can happen. I'm not saying you have to, but it can happen. Low performance motorcycles, even though they might not be as exciting, and after a little while you might want to trade up to a bigger motorcycle, low performance motorcycles, smaller motorcycles, lighter motorcycles are going to punish you less for the mistakes that you make early. That way you can build your skills and you can enjoy high performance stuff later on when you have those skills and you can make those decisions. The 675 Daytona is a 675cc inline 3-cylinder super sport motorcycle that typically has one of the most aggressive seating positions in the category that I have ever experienced. As a 3-cylinder, it also is a very responsive, very snappy, fairly torquey machine. So if you're a beginner, it's light, which is good, but the seat height is rather tall. The seating position is aggressive, which makes it harder to get used to, especially low speed handling scenarios. So you're much more likely to drop it in a parking lot or at a stoplight or something where you're at lower speeds. And the snappy, responsive 3-cylinder engine is going to mean that should you accidentally crack the throttle more than you want to, it is a higher chance of it getting away from you, bigger chance of making a mistake. Maybe you give it too much throttle in a corner, your ass end might slide out, you might lay it down. It has very, very touchy, very responsive brakes for the category, so it's much more likely for you to accidentally overbrake. There's just a lot of things that are very easy with that responsive and that precise of a motorcycle. It's very easy to make mistakes, so for a beginner, I just do not recommend it. There's plenty of people that start on 600cc 4-cylinder motorcycles. I also don't typically recommend that, but that is a better option, I think, than a 675 triple because those are not quite as snappy or twitchy or responsive or precise, I don't think, as like a 675 is. So that's it. I'm not trying to discourage you. I want you to enjoy motorcycling. If that's the bike of your dreams, that's what you want to start with. If you're an adult, you can make those decisions. But from my perspective, and from someone who's taught a lot of people to ride motorcycles and dealt with a lot of beginners, I do not think a 675 Daytona is a good idea as a first motorcycle. It's fantastic. It's one of my favorite super sports ever made. But it is too responsive, it is too snappy, it is too aggressive a seating position, it is too easy to make mistakes on that motorcycle for a beginner. Dylan, I hope that answered the question. Not trying to discourage you again. It's a fantastic motorcycle, second or third bike, absolutely. Start with something easier, learn your skills, then get a 675 Daytona, okay? I'm Alex, guys. Peace.